Hello everyone, our new question is allocation minimum pages. This is the lead code medium level problem. So let's see what is question statement saying. Given an array of integers where each element array represents the number of pages. That means this is the book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4 and the 12, 34 are the numbers of its book. And number of pages in ith book. You also have an integer k representing the number of students. Here k is the number of students. The task is to allocate book books to each student such that these conditions should follow in our code. So what is the objective of question? The objective is to minimize the maximum number of pages assigned to any student in any word. Out of possible allocations, minimum arrangement where the student who receive the most pages is still the smallest possible maximum. I think you did not understand the question, so let's see what's saying in examples. So first of all, we identify our questions, including first we seeing the problem statement, input, output, then identify our questions, and then explanation, then identification, and then code, and then another fusion. So let's see problem statements and input output. So here the question is saying that these are the books 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and K is the number of students. Our task is to assign these books to every student. That the our main motive is to this question is to allocate the allocate the number of pages for each student, then the difference between the so sorry difference sorry not a difference, so that any student get them mm, nearby equal number of pages books. So first we can apply these constraints. So first constraint is each student receive at least one book. We that means we but that means we need to assign minimum one book to every student. So here are students too. So we cannot assign that one student first student gets 12 pages book, 34 pages book, 67 pages book, and 90 pages, and the one is not zero pages book. So it is can't assign these books. We can assign that first student gets 12 pages book. Okay, this one book student one can get, and next student can get the books like 34, 67, and 90 pages. These distribution can possible. And next constraint is each student is assigned a contiguous sequence of books. That means students one can we can assign the student one this one and this one, and other one this one and this one. We cannot assign these types like first student gets the book 12 pages and 67 pages, and the next one students gets 34 pages and 90 pages books. This assignment can possible. Next constraint is no book is assigned to more than one students. So that when we assign the book 12 pages book to student 1, then after it we cannot assign this book to student 2. So this distribution can't possible. So our main motive is to find the minimum page allocation, minimum maximum page allocation for maximum one. That means mm, the difference between them is minimum. The main motive our question is to difference should be minimum between two students, so we can distribute equal number of pages between these two students. Okay. Mm. If we see the next example, Here are the 50, 50, 15, 17, 20. Here are the basically these are the number of pages, and the here we have the three books. But our we have understood our problem statement, out input and output, and what is the question is saying. So our next step to identify the questions that how can we solve it by which method. Yes, then first of all we that the minimum and maximum things. So we can think that here we can apply the binary search directly. Why? Because we know that the assign the number of assign the number of values is always between these values. We it always in these number of pages. So what is the minimum of the binary search? Let's say what can be the law law can be law can be the at least at least which number of books, which number of pages we can assign to any student, because question is saying that each student must be assigned at least one book. Okay, so what can be the minimum number of pages that can be assigned? That means the minimum of this array it can be low. So 12 can be low. Okay, so so 12, 12 can be low. First, we 12 pages number of books, which one, then 34, 67, and 92 other. What can be the high of these research? High can be looks like 34, 67, and 90. The sum of these 34, 67, and 90. What if we have only one student? In this question, we have the two students to assign these values. But what if we have only one student? In this condition, we will assign all these books to that students. So in this condition, high will be the sum of these all the elements. That means ki sum of the all the books. So in this condition, we can say that 90, 34, 1, 124, 124, 134, 136, 136, 67, then 36902. Then maximum can be 203, the sum of all these values. So we have the range of the we have find the range of this binary search. Then always the our assigned value will be always the mid of the 12 and 203. So in first condition, like we can say that our 20 is low and 203 is our high. Then what will be the middle of our question? And the middle will be the 5, 1, 2, and middle by 2. So in 1, 5, 14, 4. The 107. 107 will be the mid of the our mid of the our array. So in this condition, we will see that there is 107 can apply. We can apply the 107 to 107 will be the uh, total number of the uh, total number of the pages that we must be assigned to any student. We cannot assign them more than the 107 pages. So first condition we said that let's say student one. Student one looks like we have applied 12 when 12 is less than 107 and 34. 34 is also less than 107 and 34, 12 is 46, then plus 67, and 67, then 3 or 6, 11. Then this is the total of 113. So we cannot apply the 67 for student 1. So in this condition, student 1 gets only 12 and 34 pages of books. Then student 2 gets, let's say student 2 gets looks like 67, 67, 67 is less than 107, and 67 is less than 107, and next one we can apply 97, then 96, 15, then 157, assigned to assigned to 92 student 1. So this is the 157. So 157 is more than the 107. So we can't apply the 90 pages book to student. So we need to assign the remaining pages to student 3. Student 3. So 90 pages. In this condition, we have assigned all the pages, all the books to pages, and the all pages is always less than the 107. But we have crossover constraints. Our constraint is saying that we have only two students. We have only two students, and we assign the books to student 3. So we we cannot do this. So in this condition, we must be we must be to narrow our we must be narrow down our search range. So low, as we know that low once we so our minimum number of pages that we can assign to any student is always less more than the 107. We can clearly understand. Then below we can change our low. Low will be changed out to 108. That means mid plus one, and then high will be always high will be same as 203. So again looks that what will be our next mid mid 11 3 so that means in this condition we have I equals 153. So let's see that student 1 gets 12 is plus 34 pages assigned we can because 12 plus 34 is always less than the 155. So in this condition we have the 155 not 115. So 212 plus 34 plus 67 is always less than 60 155. Okay, and 90 as student 2 can get the value 90. In this condition we in this condition we have clearly seeing that both books both student gets the assignment, and then each student at least book one book that one book then we clearly saying that the all the constraints are following, but the question are saying the smallest possible minimum. So our search range will be narrowed down from high, then low. I think low is looks like 108, and then high is looks like 154. Then mid will be 154 and 108, 12, 6, and So here is our we have understand our input output identification and explanation. Now it's the code time. This is the code of the our specifications like find cases post and where will be our length. अगर if a student is more than the number of books, then we return -1. That means we can't assign these values, these books to each batch because the students is more than the books. What will be the law? Law will be the maximum of the array, and the high will be the total of the array. In initial stage, we have answer -1. We will apply here is looks like by research. If low is while loop will be run till the low is less than or equal to high. Mid will be the mid will be always the floor value of the high low plus high by 2. We will use this as a flag variable. If flag if flag if flag gets a true value, that means answer will be the always mid and high will be mid -1. Else if we get the false value from this find region, sorry, is possible is this is a flag variable, then we looks like low will be the mid +1. We low will update by mid +1. Is the this is a flag variable. Flag variable looks like we have one variable to count the students. It initially stage we always have the student one, at least student one to assign the values and current sum will be initially 0. We will go to the 0 to the dot length. If current sum plus I greater than mid, then student will be plus plus and the current sum will be assigned to the current value on that book's pages. If student counts greater than k, that means student count is greater than k. That means k we return false value. That means we can't we have more students to assign this value that we find the mid value. We not, then we assign the value red plus current sum plus area of 5 and then return true. Serial code you can try run in your notebook and it till the end of questions. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.